So now the vapor barrier is up across the top corner. There's one extra board on, and this is an extra board as well. And this gap here is about the size of two boards screwed together, like so. There's just one behind it and they're both screwed together. And then I'll just put that up as one piece across here. I can screw into the metalwork there. On the top I think I'll screw into the wood for now and get some sort of trim piece at a later date. So yeah, it worked out okay. It's a bit fiddly messing around with all this stuff, but it's all good. And yeah, I'll show you when I've got hopefully got the trim done, a bit of a cable conduit behind it. So the corner trim piece is up. It's not finished because I've run out of screws, so I have to screw these bits up where it's sagging down. I've also got a piece of trim. I tried a different piece of trim, a corner piece, but I couldn't get it to sort of look how I wanted. So I'm going to try and use this flat stuff like that. I think it looks okay. Maybe it's a bit more tricky on the top. Yeah, well anyway, we'll figure something out. This is going to be behind the shower, this part anyway. So this is a good like sort of bit to test everything for the other wall, which is going to be visible when you walk in. So it's kind of nice to have a little practice test wall. I'm moving on to, so after that, so the other side is vapor barriered now, so I just need to do the same thing here. And then I've got these for the back doors just cut now. You can see the cable for the reversing camera I put in there. I need to get that wired up. I've got these cut. That's incredibly satisfying. It just fits so nice. I wish the whole van was like that. At the bottom, I really think I'm going to buy some more soft insulation. If you've seen it in the other video I've made, behind here at the bottom is all little tiny pieces of this solid board that I've cut in and put in place. I really just never want to do that ever again in my life. No, I think some soft insulation would be it would be fine down here, because this is going to be sort of the garage area underneath the bed, so the heat in the sort of bed area is more important. Basically, I'm just making excuses. The solid board would be better in every way, but I don't want to go through that again. So I think I'm going to try and get some soft stuff, because also in here is hollow, so you can kind of, I might be able to push it up. All of this stuff is hollow. If I don't put anything in there, it's going to be like the most perfect thermal bridge to the outside. So there's the outside skin, and then this, and this is just like a box. So yeah, I might be able to stuff some stuff up in there through these holes. Well, we'll see. I have to see how we go. And then I think I'm going to clad this back wall. I'll just screw to there and to this bit. And in this corner I'll use some little offcuts. I've got loads of offcuts, so that'll be a nice way to use them. And I think I'll put soft insulation inside there too. It's a huge corner piece actually. So that actually was fairly easy. It flew up. It seemed to fly up really quick. I put the soft insulation behind there. I used this recycled plastic bottle stuff. It's fairly good. It's quite easy to work with, a bit more solid than the other stuff. I was going to clad the whole thing, but it's quite time intensive, the cladding, and also I feel like I'll probably be quite precious about it. So there's going to be like bike wheels and stuff in this corner and all sorts of rubbish, so I thought it'd be nice to just have a bit of plywood. I can always buy more plywood on the road, but I can't necessarily buy more cladding that fits the same size. So this is below bed level anyway. Bed level's like here, I think, something like that. So this is sort of the underneath storagey bit anyway, so you can't see it. And then the top half is the cladding, because that'll be visible. So what I did here is put like a strip. You can see here I've got this strip. It's the same stuff I used on the floor. It's a 20mm square. So that just, because the doors bow like the walls of the van, they bow like that slightly. So that just gives me a flat edge. And also what I was thinking is I was going to get some 30mm or 40mm, and that would let me put an entire sheet. I could put a whole sheet of insulation over all of this, but I decided against it because it's a little bit more work. I'd have to buy more stuff, and we're still in the summer. And I think it might be something I might do before the winter, depending, because this is like the bed area. It's almost impossible unless you're using spray foam to get something inside this, and even with spray foam it'd be difficult to get it as a good job. So I managed to get this 20mm board, the stuff I used in the floor, on the top. So that does help a bit. Obviously there's thermal bridges everywhere. I could stuff some stuff in there, but like I say, I think I would maybe in the future like to put an entire thin sheet over all of this. This is 50mm. That would bring it up to 70mm, which is pretty crazy. If I can get one of the 20 or 30mm boards, and just cover the entire door maybe, especially this one, because you don't need to access anything, the handle's there. Yeah, but that, like I say, I could do that in the future, so it's quite easy working on these doors because you can move them around and open them and get underneath them and stuff. I'm quite happy with that. I think it looks alright. I guess I've just got to finish this one, finish that one, and then I've got to move on to the side door. But having done the back two, I'll have an idea of what to do here. The bottom bit with the soft insulation, you can see I've already started. And yeah, maybe I'll build the bulkhead wall next. I don't know if that's the next job. I should show you this. This is my new purchase. This is the shower tray. Super happy with this. It's a custom tray that's made not a million miles from me. It's a couple that made a business building camper van stuff, and this is actually designed for a short, I don't know whether the short wheelbase or medium wheelbase. Basically it's designed to be on the wheel but on this side, and this would be the back. This would be right up to the back doors. As you can see, I've got a bit, that to the back doors. I've got like quite a lot extra there, so I think it must be a short wheelbase one. But by turning it backwards, what I've done is, because my whole idea is I want the ventilation and maybe all the plumbing to be on this side of the van, definitely the ventilation, so the extractor for the cooker, the hob, can be here, and I can tie that in with the extractor for this, and it'll all go along, down and out of that side. The plumbing's not the end of the world to put a sink on the other side, because I can run the pipes along the bed frame. So that's an idea. I'm still sort of just thinking about it really, but I'm super chuffed with this. This will be the toilet, obviously, on this bit. I'm going to build a composting toilet. I might make some sort of box thing for it in this part with a lid that lifts and whatever else. This is super expensive, but I think because it uses the space of the wheel arch, which otherwise would be dead space, it's like a really usable bathroom. Like the space of the toilet, it's like a wet room. The space of the toilet, you can actually buy a corner sink that fits in there really nice, and there's space enough to shower. I'm really tall, so I'm going to be touching the ceiling probably. I can actually stand up in the centre, okay, but in the shower, I guess, unless I square this corner, which I might actually do, I'm going to be a bit cramped in there. But there's loads of shoulder room. Even standing this way, I'm pretty good. And standing this way, obviously it's super wide. There's loads of room. And to be honest, I don't really care about luxury. I just need it to work. It's a shower at the end of the day. It's the one thing that I miss when I'm living off the bike when I'm bike touring. Because that's one of the things I rely on a campsite for, is the showers. So it's a nice step towards more self-sufficiency, which is the whole point of this thing. But I can show you what I mean by how close I am to the ceiling. If I just stand, I'm wearing shoes. I mean, normally if I'm standing normally, it's actually alright, I do clear it, but if I stand with a straight back, you can see I'm, 6'2.5", 185 centimeters, something in that range. So yeah, I mean, it's probably fine for most people. I mean, it's pretty fine for me as well. If you're cooking or something, you'll have your head down or whatever else. So there's the recycled plastic bottle insulation in. It's pretty good stuff. Like I said, it's quite solid. It's easy to work with. It holds its shape, but you can fluff it up as well if you need. So that's in there. It's not a very high insulation value. I may have mentioned with the back doors, I think in the future, if I need it, I might fly over all of this with a thin sheet of 20mm or 30mm. Up here is going to be a bit of a challenge. It's not very deep, and it's very curved outwards. As you can see there, it's like right out here, and it curves right into really narrow. So I might try and block this up, as in like bring it out 20mm or 30mm, and then try and give myself a little bit of depth in the middle to get more of this soft insulation behind, or maybe even a hardboard. Ideally it would be a hardboard, but I haven't got too much left of the really thin stuff. I don't really want to buy any more if I don't have to. So yeah, I mean, I would like to clad this door because it's a huge part of the van, and you want to be able to see it and it look good. But I don't know about the amount of weight putting on these two sliders. It's only thin cladding, but still a fair amount of weight. The insulation's obviously pretty light, but yeah, and also cladding this bottom bit will probably take ages because it's all different sizes. So I just need to think about it, and I guess I'll cut forward and you'll probably see what I've decided. But yeah, I think I'll end this video now. I haven't got really any kind of structure to them. I'll have to work out a title and work out what I've shown. And then in the next part it'll be just continuing on with the build. I'd like to try and segment it into plumbing and electrical and building maybe, and then do some sort of niche things. But yeah, like I said, I haven't looked at what footage I've got. I don't know if I took that much because it's a little bit annoying getting the camera out. But anyway, enough talk. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.